What's up, guys? This is CJ from CJ's Keto Kitchen. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for another Keto Conversations. Let's get this started. I gotta get my kid into the bathtub. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna start with some updates. Last week we talked about exercise. It has been a struggle to get the exercise in. Between, recording videos, editing videos, it's been tough to get my exercise in. Haven't been sleeping well either, so that's been another issue. But it has been kind of hit and miss, so it is an ongoing thing. Not beating myself up about it. I'm just going to continue to try to improve on it, make little gains every day. Intermittent fasting, so that's been going well. I think today was like the first day that I didn't do intermittent fasting. I actually got up, woke up at 4 o'clock for some reason, and then got really tired. And I find when I'm tired physically that I'm hungrier. And I know that those signals, come and go as far as hunger. But today I just decided, you know what? I'm not gonna make this a big deal. I don't think intermittent fasting needs to be a big deal. So I just ate, which is okay. It's okay to eat. And so I ate, and of course I ate keto all day long. So anyway, that's the first time I've eaten, all day, sort of a breakfast, a lunch, and dinner in several days. So that's how intermittent fasting has been going. Other than that, it's been going fine. So one of the things I did want to talk, been on my mind, is this whole thing about weighing yourself and the scale, and how the scale can change. Your weight can fluctuate anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds throughout the day, depending on what time of day it is, depending on a lot of factors that are far beyond your control. And so I say that because, again, I watch a lot of YouTube as well. I watch other channels. I watch weigh-ins. I'm commenting on videos, and I hear people, and I think people get kind of discouraged sometimes when they don't lose weight. I got on the scale this morning, and you know what? I was magically up by 2.5 pounds. I had actually gained weight, and I haven't changed anything in my diet. I have not changed one thing from what I was doing last week, except for today. So you know what? I got on the scale. It had gone up. I looked at my numbers. When I weigh myself, I write down the date, how much I weigh. I also take measurements when I weigh myself. And for some reason today, this is not my normal weigh-in day. I got on the scale, and like I said, it was up 2.5 pounds. I didn't freak out though. And so that's what I guess my point behind that is that, again, the scale will fluctuate. Your weight will fluctuate, and you need to take it with a grain of salt. You also always want to take it when it's lower, but when it's higher, you know what? If you've been doing the things that you need to do, don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Don't become so worried and stressed out about it, because those things stress can also be a factor toward preventing you from losing weight. So as I've talked about in past episodes, take your measurements. Take your measurements. Your measurements don't lie. Another thing I want to talk about is, so Sarah and I have been talking, and we're going to do some of these keto conversation episodes together. So it's funny, in our relationship, Sarah is the information person. Sarah she can consume information and retain all that knowledge and regurgitate that information at will, instantly. And I am, as far as our relationship goes, I am the kind of the motivation, the ideal kind of person, where I can take that information she has learned We can use it together, and then I can coach her up. She can coach me up. I can coach other people up and help people succeed. So that's kind of my gift. So, but we're gonna do some of these keto conversations together. Now, I don't about lately is fat. And so fat is a core tenet of the keto diet. Fat is important, and low carb, 20 grams per day or less, are important factors on the ketogenic diet. And then there's also the macro, the protein macro. And there's debate about in the keto world, high fat keto versus lower fat keto, higher levels of protein. And to be honest with you, I am not ready to talk about that right now, just from the standpoint of I want to do some research and make sure that I understand where both sides of the equation are coming from, where both sides are at. When we started keto, or when I started keto, I guess I'm more on the high fat side of the fence, but I understand the other side of the fence as well. And I guess when I hear people talk about these two different, I don't even want to call them different ways to do keto, but it's just a kind of a different thought process about the same thing. I don't want people who are brand new with keto to get all confused. You don't even need to worry about that. I think one of the things I always suggest that people do is you need to do your own research. You don't need to just take everybody's word for what you're doing. Keto works, flat out, period. It works. But you also need to take some responsibility for the information you're putting into your brain. There's a lot of information about keto. There's a lot of doctors that are in the keto space, a lot of well-renowned doctors who have a lot of information. And it would, behoove you to do some research on your own and then kind of decide which way you want to go. Again, I'm not really ready to get into the whole debate about high-fat keto versus medium, lower fat keto and higher protein. I'm not really trying to go to that today. I guess probably when Sarah and I do one of the keto conversations, we'll probably get into that a little bit after I feel comfortable, because I do want to understand both sides of it, because I'm doing keto just like you're doing keto. I am not an expert. I'm trying to lose weight just like you're trying to lose weight. When I started this whole thing, my goal was to lose 100 pounds. I still got work to do. And so if I need to learn something, if there's something about keto that I don't know, I'm open to hearing it. I'm open to listening. I'm open to learning it. I'm open to receiving the information and then taking that information and using it in my life. And so I would suggest that if you're new to keto, get the basics down. Keep it low carb, 20 grams of carbs or less per day. Medium levels of protein. And 70% of your macros should be fat just starting out. Duh, I just said it. That's kind of the basics of keto as I know keto. But again, I'm not trying to debate that. I'm just trying to say that if you're new to keto, don't get all hung up on all that stuff. Keto will work, whether it's higher fat, higher protein, keep those carbs low. Keto will work. Because a lot of times what's going on is some of it's just semantics. And again, what I get concerned about is whether or not people get confused about keto. Keto by itself is a totally different way of life. And we have to admit to that. It's totally foreign to how we've been raised in our society here, especially in the United States. And so, again, when people are trying to move into this lifestyle or even just to use the keto diet to lose weight, it's important for you to know the basics and just follow the basics. And again, that's what this channel is about. This channel is about, we talk about the basics, but we also, our goal is to show people that you can make keto as a lifestyle. I will say this again, and I've said this over and over. We make recipes, or we do videos about recipes, but we do not eat like that every night. We make dessert recipes, or we show dessert recipes. We do not have dessert every night. We have macros that we try to work within, and if we're gonna have a mug cake, we're gonna work within those macros to make sure that we can have it. So don't get it, don't get it, what do they say? Don't get it twisted that we eat like that all the time. We're showing those recipes so that you have options. So you have options on the keto diet. Not to say that we eat like that every night. If you really want to see how we eat every night, you should watch those keto quick cooking videos, because that's just like really basic stuff that we're eating. And I was thinking about this the other day. I'm kind of running out of keto quick cooking ideas because, to be honest, we eat some of the same food all the time. It may not be the same every day, but we have shown a lot of the things that we eat kind of on a rotating basis, on those videos already. I think one of the things we haven't shown is we haven't thrown down with some bacon yet. Gotta get some bacon in there, but we haven't got that done yet. And we also do breakfast for dinner a lot of times, because a lot of times breakfast is easy to make, even as a dinner. And a lot of times if you got kids, your kids like that as well. And so again, I was watching Marjorie Burnett today over on her channel, and she was talking about KISS, keep it simple. That's what you need to do with keto. Keep it simple. Keep your keto diet simple. You don't need to make it complicated. Again, we show you these recipes to show you that you have options. Not just say that you need to eat and cook like that every night, because that is not what we do. And I would just encourage you that if you're watching this channel, if you're new to our channel, we're glad that you're here. This is a place, we're trying to build a community of people. I was having a conversation through comments tonight about a video we did it was one of our first videos. It was a barbecue sauce recipe that we found actually from the folks over at Keto Connect. And I actually did a video where I made it and we used it. And it uses low sugar Heinz reduced sugar ketchup. And so somebody pointed out, I think in that video, I actually said that it was sugar-free. Well, it wasn't sugar-free. I actually misspoke. It was just reduced sugar because there's sugar in the ketchup. But it was interesting because we had a good conversation, I thought, about ketchup and different options about ketchup. And the thing that was cool about that to me is that I actually learned something from people who watch our channel. And again, that's kind of been our vision for this channel, is not that we try to make ourselves out to be any kind of experts, but that we try to build a community where people can interact with each other, support each other, and share information that they've learned or experiences they've had to help everybody be successful with keto. And that's really our bigger goal and bigger vision for our channel. So we appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching CJ's Keto Kitchen. Peace.